Hey guys, today's video is going to be super juicy. We are going to share with you 10 tips to spice things up in the bedroom if sex has become boring. You know, a lot of people find themselves having so much passion, so much sex at the beginning of a relationship. Everything is amazing. And then, things change. They find themselves in a rut, in a routine, or just plain bored. That's when they need some help. And if that's you, this is what we're going to address in today's video. I am Céline Remy, the Intimacy Angel.
And I'm Kevin Anthony, the Truth Warrior. And if you've ever been in a relationship where the sex got a little boring, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe.
Let's start with our tip number 1. It's kind of common sense, but a lot of people don't really do it. This is why it's our number 1. You've got to make sex a priority. The thing that happens with most people is that they allow life to get busy. They allow their to-do list to take over their entire life, and there's nothing left for their sex life. Some people, they don't want to schedule sex because, oh, it's so boring. Well, guess what? It's better to have scheduled sex than no sex. So
Absolutely. You know, most people think of sex as something that you do after everything else is done. The plate is clear, the chores are done, everything is taken care of. Oh, now we can relax and have sex. Absolutely not. It has to be on that list of important things to do.
Schedule it right now. Every week or as often as you want it. It's still okay to have spontaneous sex, but you have to have it as a priority. It has to be in the calendar. If it's not in the calendar, ain't happening. Our tip number 2 is to go on a mini moon, which is like a mini honeymoon. Have you noticed that when you are on vacation, and by the way, it could be a staycation, a vacation, whatever you want to call it. It's just a term. We want to be fun, and that's what it is. But have you noticed that when you are relaxed and you have nothing to do, suddenly you just want to do each other?
You're hornier, without a doubt. When the stress levels come down, then the horny levels go up.
Yes, so make sure that you give yourself some time off to allow the stress to come down, because it will make a big difference in your libido. Let's talk about the big number 3 here. So if you are in a place where sex is boring right now, you're not having much sex, maybe there's an underlying issue. Maybe the no sex is basically a reflection of something deeper that's going on in the relationship.
Absolutely. There are so many instances of people who have problems, whether it's with getting an erection or lasting longer, or maybe it's vaginal pain during sex. There's a bunch of problems that people don't really want to talk about. And so they just kind of make excuses to either not have sex or to make sex be over really quickly. So if you're finding in your relationship that sex isn't really happening, or when it is, it's kind of short, quick, like let's hurry up and get this over with, look to see if there are any underlying issues that may be causing that.
Let's talk about our tip number 4, which is about some communication. But we're not talking about communication like, hey, how was your day? Or let's talk about all our problems. You actually want to talk about your turn-ons. Ooh, imagine that. If you take the time to just talk with each other about the things that you do enjoy, that you like in the bedroom, and you start to have juicy conversation, what do you think the end result will be?
Absolutely. All right, well, let's move on to tip number 5, which is focus on the emotional connection.
Ooh, that's a biggie, especially for the women. You know, if she's not feeling met and seen and heard with her emotion, she's gonna shut down. There's a big connection with her heart and her genitals, and it's important to have intimacy, to have that emotional component with everything of the relationship, because you can't just have the emotional piece, you can't just have the sex, you want to have both of them for it to be sustainable.
I mean, what it comes down to for most women is if there isn't an emotional component, she's not really going to be into it.
Yeah.
There are a few exceptions to that, but for the most part, that's true.
Our tip number 6 is to switch or change medications, especially if you're under something new or if you've noticed a sudden change after you've taken some medications, and talk about it with your doctor. A lot of them have nasty side effects and make things completely crazy with your hormones and your libido. So it's important to know that it may not be your fault at all. It could just be a side effect of some medications.
Yeah, one of the things that we have learned over coaching people over a number of years is that we have to ask that question, because when people come in with a host of sexual dysfunction problems, we need to be able to eliminate that or to see that as a potential cause right from the start.
Our tip number 7 is to be willing to do new things or creating things outside of the bedroom. A lot of people think, oh, we're going to learn new sex position or have a new sex toy, but it puts a lot of pressure and emphasis into what's not working or the fact that it's boring. And the thing is, you are not separate from the rest of your life. Your sexuality is just a reflection of the rest of your life. So if you activate your passion, your creative energy, and do new things outside of the bedroom, guess what? That excitement and that energy will then ripple back straight to your bedroom.
Oh, without a doubt. All right, let's move on to number 8, which is find your passion in life. Have a hobby and maybe share it with your partner.
Yes, and if you don't share the same hobby, make time for yourself. It's important to nourish yourself, fill your cup. Again, that passion element is what will sustain the relationship and the passion in the bedroom. Our tip number 9 is to speak each other's love language. And this is really important because if you don't feel fully loved, and you might be doing a lot of things, but that might not be what your partner really, really wants, then you need to know what their love language is so that you can figure out, hey, how can I be more effective in my expression of my love? And we've got a whole podcast episode dedicated to the love languages, and we'll put the link below this video so that you can check it out if you have not yet heard of the love languages or want to know how to do it better.
Yeah, and it may just be that the reason why your partner is bored is because you are not giving them the love language that they want. Could be that simple.
And our tip number 10, which might surprise you, is actually to take sex off the table and drop any goal of having sex, but start to connect through other means, like a lot of touching or exploring each other. And the thing is too, with people, when you take something away, you usually want it more. So it can be a way, you don't want to take it away and not have any other ways of connecting or touching or relating. That's not at all what we're saying, but you want to drop the goal during sex of having it to go anywhere or even having to have sex, and just start to focus on the quality of the connection and of really making this connection thrive.
All right, well, there you have it. Those are our 10 tips to spice things up if it's gotten boring. And if you do them, we guarantee you that you will make progress, you will have success, and things will get better.
Thank you so much for watching today's video, and we will see you in our next video.
Research suggests CBD products may improve libido by reducing anxiety. And no, CBD is not psychoactive. It does not get you high. A recent survey of 5,398 Americans from Remedy Review, a website that focuses on CBD and natural health remedies, found that 9.3% of respondents have taken CBD for sex. The majority of those respondents said their orgasms were more intense after taking CBD. If you are interested in experimenting with CBD in your sex life, I have found a top quality CBD product for you. Their full spectrum CBD comes from premium, sustainably farmed hemp plants, which are processed in the United States. Plus, they have no harmful solvents, chemicals, toxic compounds, or impurities. To get up to 51% off while supplies last, go to CelineRemy.com/go/CBD or click on the link below.